everybody. We're now joined with Larry Blakeney, head coach of Troy. If you have a question for Coach Blakeney, please dial *1 on your phone at this time. Again, *1 to get your questions in the queue. Coach, while we're waiting for that, would you mind starting us off with an opening statement?
Well, I don't know when the last time we talked, really. I think we talked after the Idaho game. Am I right or wrong?
I think that's about right, Coach.
Yeah. Sir?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Anyhow, of course, we won at Idaho, which was a great win for us on the road. Special type trip because of how far it was and all that. But then we come back and we had to have an open week. And so we had a schedule for the open week where we practiced a couple of days trying to get everybody's academics squared away. And then, of course, this week is Thanksgiving week, no students. And so we're on an augmented schedule as far as our practice. Usually we practice on Sunday, but it stormed here so bad yesterday that we could not go out. And so because we had the whole day today with nothing to do, we're going to use the schedule we use on Tuesday and Wednesday today also and get a practice in. So, it's some difficult times from the standpoint of how you schedule you guys and keep them rolling and keep them from getting into something we don't need to get into with a lot of time on our hands. So, anyhow, I think we've got them pretty much in tow, and hopefully we had 2 good practices last week, and hopefully we'll carry that on over into the plan for ULL, which will be 11:30 on Saturday. Questions?
Thank you, Coach. Our first questions come from Randy with the Sunbelt Digital Network. Randy, please go ahead.
Good morning, Coach. How are you doing this morning?
All right, Randy. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thanks for asking. I just want to ask you, heading into the last home game of the season and your last home game on the sideline, what are some of the thoughts? Yeah, exactly. What are some of the thoughts going through your mind, and any memories that come to mind right now at this time?
Well, I'm trying not to think too much, and of course, a lot of people say that's a pretty normal thing for me, but it's going to be, it is sort of emotional, but we're all working and on a schedule, and unless I get around one of you guys, I don't get asked many questions, but we do have a press conference today, and we got a radio show tonight, and so, I'm sure that a lot of that will be brought to the forefront as far as talking about things. But I'm trying to make sure that I do what I'm supposed to do here, not only with our team, but with the folks that will come back for the last game and whatever kind of little celebration we have afterwards. Hopefully it's a victory celebration, but, ULL is a pretty good team, they've gotten us the last couple of years or so, and so we gotta try to find a way to be as good as we can be, I'm sure.
Specifically about ULL, coming to the game, two very good running backs, a good quarterback. I mean, what's the key to stopping them or stopping their offense when you're on defense?
Well, you got to try to be in a defense where you can, and to do formation, you're pretty good, and the quarterbacks are capable of doing just about anything. He can throw it right or left, move it from right to left. Actually, throws going to the left a good bit, and can run the football too. The running backs are very good, and so you just got to try to. It's hard to tackle some of those guys in space, but we got to try to get them down, get them on the ground, and limit the big plays. Try not to give them anything huge, and if you can do that, you got a chance if you're doing anything on offense, and of course that brings up the other side of the ball, and they're pretty good over there too. And so we'll have our hands full. I think they're a really good team, and of course they lost a few games early to some teams that were really good, and they won a bunch of games in a row, and then App got them, which of course I thought App was as good a personnel team, pretty doggone close to anybody, South Alabama and ULL, as far as their personnel and how they looked and how they played the game. So, you know, it doesn't shock me in this league for anybody to beat anybody anytime. So, you know, I'm just hoping that we can put our best foot forward and throw our hat in the ring, see how we come out.
All right, appreciate it, Coach. Thanks a lot for your time again.
Yes, sir.
You're ready. Our next questions come from Lafayette, Louisiana. Call, please identify yourself and go ahead.
Hey, Coach, this is Chet Yoder from Lafayette, 103.7 The Game. How you doing, Coach?
Yes, sir, I'm fine. How are you?
Good, good. You talked about how potent the UL offense is. Can you tell us how your offense stacks up against the UL defense that kind of struggled earlier in the year but really been picking it up in the last, 4, 5, 6 weeks or so?
Yeah, I don't know how we'll match up. I think we're capable if our quarterback plays good, and he's had some good days, and he's had some days not so good. But he was also hurt when some of those not so good days came about, and so I think we're decent up front, and if we can run the football a little bit, I think it will help us have a chance to throw it around some and make some plays. But they are good, and they're big, and you gotta block them. You can't be half stepping for sure. And I think they're a good football team.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you, and thank you, Coach. That's all the time we have for you today. I do appreciate it.